What is going on, everybody?
Hello, everybody.
I am here with
I'm
my
not-
best friend, Brooke.
I'm not going to smile.
You did. You already did.
Oh, how could I not? I'm always smiling anyways.
Yeah.
How do you want me to look angry when you tell me I'm your best friend?
Just serious.
Like, I'm smiling. I can't do smiling. I mean, I can't do serious.
No?
Well,
Well, no,
we're
when you
totally
came in today.
off track right now, but for our movement video, our 8-year video,
Oh, yeah.
I was saying to my sister, I'm like,
You're fierce.
I cannot do blue steel kind of look.
Yeah,
like the
no.
three of you could get in a picture and not smile and you would all look so good. And I would look like I'm going to cry. I can't just be like,
Okay, wait, do it right now.
no, I can't. I can't.
I can't do it either. Remember at the very end of the video
Yeah.
where we're laughing and it's clearly me trying to be silly?
Yeah.
Because I don't do serious either.
Yeah, you can. You guys can
No.
all do serious and still. I can't.
No, my serious looks like douche. Like if I think of, okay, I love my Lululemon peoples. Love it. My picture in the store, like, I like it. It's great.
Yeah.
But I don't look like a nice person in that picture.
Well, you're running. You're focused.
Yeah. But I'm like,
Right?
is that what my serious looks like? So I think next time I have to be goofy or something. But they wouldn't put that up in the store.
No.
I have to be
Serious.
fierce.
You were doing your thing.
Doing my thing.
Running.
Doing my thing. So, okay. We've been on a tear lately.
It's been so good.
Let's
keep going.
Let's call a spade a spade. I think that's the saying.
Is it? I've never heard that one.
I don't know. I might have just made it up, but let's just go with it. So, past few topics. Last week we did body positivity, banger, super good.
Fire. Is that what the kids say these days?
Fire,
It's fire.
Gucci. They don't say that's what your husband says all the time.
Does he?
All the time. Anyways, we did things we'd tell you if we weren't your friend. I don't think that was exactly the title, but something like that.
Something like that.
Some hard truths. There were some other bits
Yeah,
in
there
there.
were some other ones. Oh, our
Pet peeves.
pet peeves in the fitness.
Yeah, it's been a lot of negativity. It's been great.
No, a lot of opinions that we want to share.
Yeah, so we got more.
Yeah.
We got more opinions. This one, so it's funny, we were kind of debriefing on the topic and we're like, oh, actually, we have a lot to discuss here because I think we have kind of confused ourselves.
Yeah.
And what we're going to talk about is balance the biggest fitness myth? And then the whole thought is like, maybe you need to be unbalanced for a season to actually make progress.
Yeah.
So this is something that we see all the time. We hear all the time where like, oh yeah, I take a very balanced approach to health and fitness. And we're all for that because we always talk about taking a very sustainable approach to fitness. And sometimes I feel like balance and sustainable are kind of the exact same word, just said in a different way. So it's trying to discuss this whole idea of like, is balance actually hurting people? Is it important? Yeah. And then when I talked about this with Brooke, I'm like, it's going to be a solid idea. And then before we came down, we were chatting about it. I'm like, fuck, man.
We're like, oh, how do we articulate
How do we
our
choose
thoughts
difference?
here?
So I think, first off, the reason we initially thought it was going to be a good topic is we often find that people will say the word balance as an excuse to actually just not push hard.
Yeah. I think, sorry, go.
No, go.
I was going to say, like, sometimes when people feel out of balance, it's like, it's too much. And that could just be a story that like you are afraid or not willing to go all in. So you don't have the balance and you back away. Let's just be clear here that balance does not exist. It really doesn't. There's no 50-50. It's like work-life balance. There's no fucking work-life balance. It is work-life integration. It is fitness life integration. Some days it's more business than life.
Yeah.
And some days you got to go harder with your fitness than others. So I think we just need to get rid of the, like, it needs to feel balanced every day and it needs to feel good all the time.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. If you're going for a goal, you have to be willing to sacrifice and dig deep and say no and say yes. And it's not going to feel balanced. But if you're so focused on feeling so level, I think it will hold you back if you really have a goal. And I think, sure, there is a time and place to be a little bit more held back, reserved, and feel more balanced. But like, you can't be searching for that every day, all year round. There's seasons that require different effort, different output. Yeah. So I think it can be a reason for someone to be like, it's just not balanced.
Yeah. And so this is where I like the idea or the word sustainability and why I think it might be different than balance in the sense that, like, if we're doing something that's sustainable, we're really meaning that we should be able to do said thing for the rest of our lives. So when, and this is where it kind of coincides with being balanced, but like if you are trying to lose weight, you're going to need to be in a caloric deficit. Like that's going to have to be a thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you're going to be in a caloric deficit for the rest of your life. So when we talk about a sustainable approach to weight loss, sure, you're going to go in a caloric deficit for a period of time. Then we'll bring you up to maintenance. We'll live life. We'll go to that party. We'll eat that cake. We'll go to that wedding. We'll drink that wine. We'll do those things. And then maybe we'll go into another phase of being in a caloric deficit. And it's like, in my mind, sustainability, the difference with it is there's a plan behind it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just willy-nilly, oh yeah, I'm living a sustainable life. It's like, no. There's still periods of time where you can push and dial in. And then there's also periods of times where maybe it's a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
So when I think of from a fitness standpoint, because, there's the fitness sustainability side of things and the nutrition sustainability side of things. From a fitness standpoint, the reason that we talk so much about like a sustainable approach to fitness is with our program, it's created in that way that I just described. There's, the intensification phase. There's more of the hypertrophy phase. There's all these different phases to our program where it's not like, hey, you're going to be doing 10 or 3 sets of 10 reps on your back squat for 16 weeks. It's like, no. We start people there, and then we start to focus more on strength. We do less reps. We do maybe more sets.
Yeah, there's weeks when we say, all right, you're going to go at 70%, 67% of your weight. Like, this isn't the week to push.
Yes.
And then there is a week, but we're not asking you to go like 80, 90% for 12 weeks. Like, there's a time and place. And I think the good point is that sustainability is a plan.
Yeah.
What you do, if you're in a calorie deficit, you might be like, well, this isn't sustainable. It's not supposed to be fucking sustainable.
Yeah.
You do it for a certain amount of time, and then you adjust to the next phase of the plan to get you to where you want to be. So there are certain things that you're not going to sustain all year round, but you need to try and sustain for a certain period of time in order to get the outcome and results that you want.
Yeah. And then I think, when we talk about this balanced approach, what is your favorite saying? Something but never satisfied.
Proud but never satisfied.
I think that can obviously relate to everybody, right? Like we're proud of the results that we've accomplished. Maybe we're never necessarily like satisfied, meaning we don't want to be complacent. We want to keep on pushing and moving forward. But if we look at, if there's someone who is very unhealthy in terms of like there's certain markers that they're trying to achieve that they're far off of, clearly that person isn't living a balanced lifestyle. Like if we're looking at the scales are weighted more heavier on one side. So it's like, in order for them to get balanced, they might need to make some pretty significant changes, and those significant changes might not be sustainable forever. However, to get back to like the flat here, they need to make some sacrifices. Yeah,
and just because something feels hard also doesn't mean it's not sustainable. Any new change is going to feel hard in the beginning. You might be like, oh God, this is so hard. Like, getting up early, it feels really hard for the first week when you're not used to getting up early. You shouldn't be saying, I can't do this forever, because just like hitting your protein target and stuff, that stuff, you just get better at doing it. It's not, it feels easier and your tolerability to it gets better.
Yeah.
So I think that people just have to stop shying away from the hard because it feels hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel balanced.
Yeah. I actually feel like it kind of very much relates to the previous topic about body positivity and how if you lean too far into that, it's actually probably not very good for people. I think it's the exact same thing with balance. Like if you try to focus on living too much of this balanced lifestyle, I actually don't think it's going to benefit anybody. So there's going to need to be some periods of suck and some periods of relaxation. Like it's yin and yang.
Yeah. And we talked about upstairs, like being able to like pivot, without going completely off track, like having a goal and a, something that you're striving for, but being flexible in the path that gets you there. Like I'll tell my clients, like there's weeks when people need to slow down and back off. And I'm like, we're not stalling here. We're not stopping the bike. We're just slowing it down, right? And adjusting and pivoting to the circumstances. You can still move forward.
Yeah.
even if you're not going full speed.
Yeah.
You know, have you heard that, what's it called? An analogy of like riding a bike. Like you can ride fast, and then if you slow down, you can still pick up and go again easier than if you were to completely stop. It's going to be harder to like pedal and get back into that full speed again. So, you know, if you think about it on a bike, like, you know, you can go fast and you can slow down. You're still moving forward, even though you're slowing down. But if you stop, it's a lot harder to get back into it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like people coming into fitness with the mindset of there's like an end time. Like, all right, whatever. I'm just saying weight because I think it's something that we can all kind of, it's like an easy thing to align on. It's like, all right, I want to be 180 pounds. Then you reach 180 pounds. You're like, okay, I'm done. And then you go back to your old habits. It's like, no, you're still going to require work to stay at 180 pounds. You're still going to need to work out. You still need to not have cake every single day. Like there's sacrifices that you now just need to make to stay where you're at.
Yeah. And I think too, a lot of times people think like they're going to get to this point where they don't need to think about it anymore. And they're not, that's not the truth.
For sure. No.
Like, I'm sure you do, like myself, like I still need to like think about my nutrition. It's not an overwhelming thought, but absolutely I think about it every time I put a meal together. I still think about my protein intake. I'm not stressed about it. It's not like taking away from the quality of my life because I'm thinking about my protein, but like I'm not getting to a point where I just don't care about my nutrition. I don't think about it and I don't plan it.
Yeah.
Like you are all, and that's the reason why 90% of people are not as fit or as healthy as they can be because they are just think that they can get to a point and just stop everything that they did to get them there.
Yeah.
Why also maintenance is the hardest.
Yeah.
Can you pedal slow?
Yep.
Do you only know how to pedal fast?
Seriously.
Like learn how to coast. What does that look like for you? I think that's a really important thing for people to wrap their heads around. Like, you know, you're not racing to a finish line here because what then?
Yeah.
You know, my clients, it's a scary thought because everyone can push a little bit harder for a goal, but once you get there, I'm like, you're not going to keep losing weight. You're going to disappear. So get to a place when you feel really good. Then how are you? It's more of a mindset thing, right? Like, how are you going to adjust? How are you going to feel with just slowing down a little bit?
So when I brought up the topic of like balance, why did you think it was a good idea?
Well,
not to put you on the spot, but like, because
I really had to think about it for a second, and I was like, and I think we already said it as to why I think it's a good idea to talk about balance because people will shy away from the hard work as soon as they don't as soon as it starts to get uncomfortable, as soon as they feel like they have to put in more effort, as soon as they feel like they need to sacrifice something. I'm going to throw moms out there. I am one, so I can speak to it. You know, going to work out while your child's young or like leaving your kids. Like, I can't work out because it's taking away time from my kids. You're actually going to give back to your children if you take that half an hour or 60 minutes to just get way to yourself. But when we feel that, I get it. I've had it. I've experienced it before, and it doesn't always feel good. But that can be a reason for moms not to work out or go that extra mile because they feel like they are taking away from their family, when it's going to do the actual complete opposite. And so I think that there's an easy time will be like, it's just doesn't feel good. I'm making a sacrifice. So yeah, I thought it was a good idea to talk about balance because I think it's a very common thing that when people feel that shift, if things aren't easy, it's getting hard, I have to make sacrifices, I have to say no, I can't go for the goal. And actually you can. You just have to accept the fact that you are going to have to make sacrifices and there isn't going to be a balance. Like some days we work more than others, which means maybe there's a little bit less family time. Is that a bad thing? No. If it's every day, yeah. Sometimes you got to give more to your fitness. Sometimes you get to give more to your free time. So it's just accepting that.
Yeah. I know we were floating out some other topic ideas as well. I think the reason that this, was what I wanted to talk about was not to pick on influencers, but to pick on influencers. Like, we all follow the people we follow. And sure, there might be some like fitness style individuals that we're following, or nutrition or health or whatever it is. And then this person starts to talk about more balance in their life, more sustainable, whatever it is. But I think the thing we need to realize is that person's journey is probably very different than ours. Like if I'm looking at maybe some Olympians that I followed, and they're like, okay, now I'm at a point in my life where I'm going to focus a little bit more on balance. If I'm, 50 pounds overweight, and I'm like, okay, well, if they can do a balanced approach, then I guess I can too. But it's like, well, no, they were so used to going, full throttle, pedal to the metal. And now balance is like they're taking their foot off, but they're not like just vegging out on a beach in Cabo for 2 years.
Yeah, they probably had months of no balance to get to where they were.
Exactly.
And now it looks balanced because they're more balanced because they're where they want to be.
Exactly.
It's like we don't see the whole story. We just honestly see the physical. Who are you going to, like, we have so much access to obviously social media and looking. You have some fit woman on there being like, this is what I do. It's so balanced. Then you have your doctor in a doctor's outfit who's not fit, 30 years older than you, telling you to do this. Like, you're probably going to listen to the influencer because you're looking at something that, did a train just go over our building? That's what it sounds like. But yeah, I think it's easy. It's just at our fingertips. It's in our face.
Yes.
All day. Influencer stuff, because I think we talked about listening to an influencer over listening to what
that might be next week's.
Yeah, we'll save that.
Yeah. So you gotta, like I'll say it in class sometimes, like you have to make it suck sometimes. We're not saying you need to do this all the time, but like there are going to be times throughout the year where like maybe you should buckle down and make some sacrifices, and that's okay.
You know what I say to everybody, my clients especially, like pretend you're my client and you have a goal. I would say, you know what, that next level, Isaac, that you want to get to requires next level actions. You cannot do the same fucking thing that you are doing right now to get a different result. So if you think that you can just not change much and then change drastically from not a lot of change, you're going to work at that forever.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to be like, I'm going to face resistance. I'm going to feel like I don't want to do it. I'm going to want to fucking quit. And then you're not.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of my new favorite quotes is like, if you want to change, you have to change. Like it is that simple. So it's like, okay.
Don't be scared of the hard work.
If you want to gain muscle, then clearly you have to change what you're doing right now. If you want to lose weight, clearly you have to change what you're doing right now. Like there will need to be some difficult changes that you're making in your life, and that's okay. You're not going to have the support of everyone around you. That's okay. You're going to have to say no to things. That's okay.
You're going to have to be okay with feeling resistance to all of the new things, like taking the extra time to plan your week, taking the extra hour or two to do some food prep. Because if you're not prepping your food right now and you feel like shit and you look like shit, well, like planning your food is going to be a really big difference. What?
Why are you smiling?
Because you were giving me a look.
Because I just like you're my best friend. You're my best friend. It's great.
You're so sweet.
Okay, cool. Anything else here? Like I feel like we are now beating a dead horse.
Yeah. I think we've.
I don't think so.
No.
Last thing, sort of on balance and influencers. So I always just think of intuitive eating. That's like a big one when we think of balance. When I think of like balanced eating, I think of someone talking about intuitive eating. And it's like, we've said this multiple times on the podcast. You can't intuitively eat if you have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like.
And not just talking about choices, like overall consumption.
Yes.
Totals. You're not intuitively eating enough protein if you've never tracked your protein.
Yeah.
I've yelled about that a lot on here.
Yes.
But we've said, I am a big advocate that if you have goals, tracking doesn't need to be a negative experience, and it can be very eye-opening, very educational, very empowering. And then you know what it's like to eat the right amount. If you're not tracking, you're guessing. What gets measured gets managed. So yeah, you can't intuitively eat just tomorrow if you haven't done it before.
Yeah.
Like you're going to eat the same way.
Absolutely. And then I was listening to a podcast on the way in, and it was Peter Attia, and he did this like round table with a bunch of other like high level coaches. And they were talking about longevity and bits like that. And there was this one strength and conditioning coach. And
send me the podcast.
It's really good. There was one portion he was talking about like this whole sustainable approach or balance. Or I'm like, oh, this is timely. And he's like, a lot of times people are afraid to get injured, so they don't push themselves, or they push themselves and they get injured. Then they use that as an excuse to never push themselves again.
Yeah.
He's like, especially as we age, chances are something is going to happen. Might not be a major thing, but like, oh, I hurt my shoulder. And then people will let that completely derail their progress. Where he's like, a lot of the times the bigger thing is just figuring out how to deal with those injuries and still make sure that you're getting some sort of movement in.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
you know, if you have a bad knee, rather than doing lunges, maybe you're doing a sled push. Like there's all these different sort of modifications that we can use. So don't necessarily use that as an excuse to be like, okay, balance.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
That was actually pretty good.
That felt like a blink compared to our last
week.
ones.
Yeah.
Well, we got to keep it short sometimes.
Sometimes keep people on their toes.
Yeah.
As always, if you guys do have any suggestions on things that you would like us to talk about, just let us know.
I think we'll put a poll in our story.
Yeah.
Like a little question box, and people can submit.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good idea.
I'll do that.
All right. Bye, Brooklyn.
Bye, Isaac.
Bye.